quality is really important. There's a great quote, which I'm very fond of, from Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. And he comes to the conclusion towards the end of the book that actually there isn't a definition for quality. You can't define quality, but you know it when you see it. Meaning is terribly important. It is the difference between making just any old thing and making something that says something. But meaning is a very strange thing because sometimes it's hard to see what is meaningful for a client. You know, I have a client who brought me this extremely sort of modest little amethyst and said, well, can you do something with this? So I said, well, you know, why this little amethyst? He was quite casual about it. He said, oh, see, it's just the first thing I ever bought my wife before we were married. And they'd been married 50 years. This little nugget of something meaningful became the centre point of this very elaborate piece. I was actually often quite touched by these, you know, very simple things. It doesn't have to be some great clunking great piece of symbolism, you know. It can be something that's just really quite gentle in a way. I do work very funny hours, and I quite like working at night. And so I could often work until, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 in the morning, just because it's so quiet and I love it. You know, there's no distraction. And I can have Radio 3 on nice and loud and nobody minds. That's a nice way of being detached from the world, really, I think. The idea of having to go to work and produce it, you know, oh, I can't do that. It's just great being able to have your own space and be responsible for it. I don't see why, you know, one has to be like everybody else and work the same kind of prescribed hours. I don't like doing that. It's freedom is what it is. Yeah, freedom. To do what you want when you want. It's been a really interesting journey because I've been working with the Hand Engraving Association now since its inception, which was about 7 years ago. One of the things it's done is to put me in touch with the trade of hand engraving. An awful lot of people are now my age or older, and an awful lot of them are retiring or giving up work now. The fact that there are fewer and fewer practitioners, I think, could be advantageous in the long run. I hope it will make people think differently about each other.
The last thing I really wanted to say really is that you know, this is not a way of making money. This is a way of being an artist.